All right, everybody. Hey, it's Jason with Piper, and we are back talking about ION. This is going to be a short little video right here that's just going to talk to you about how you get kids into the GEI SIT program using ION. Okay, we're going to log into ION right here using the website that is listed right there, and we are going to hit Google sign in. Remember, don't choose actual login, hit Google sign in, and this is going to take you to where you can sign in using your K-12 accounts. All right, so that's going to take us to our home screen. So what we have is we want to get a kid into GEI and SIT. So in order to do that, we need to put them in what is called case management here on ION. Now, in the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you more about case management and how it actually works, because it's a really fantastic system that has a lot of options. But the first thing we do is we need to be able to create a case for a student. So over here on the side is we are going to go to Tools, and there's a section called Forms. Okay, so what we have is we have a GEI SIT referral form that I've created right here into ION. That's what we're going to fill out to get a kid a case management. So we're going to click on Forms. And this is going to take us to the one form that I have created so far on ION. This is our GEI SIT referral form, which is what we've been using here at Prairie, but we've talked with others and we've kind of simplified the form to make it as easy as possible to fill out for teachers. Check with your SIT coordinator to find out in your building which form you're going to use. If your school is going to be using the online form, this is how you do it. So go to Tools, go to Forms, and here's our GEI SIT referral form, and we're going to click on New because we want to create a new form for our students. So I just want to walk through just very quickly how to fill this thing out for each student. So under student name, this is a drop-down menu. If I click on the drop-down menu right now, I'm going to see every school or every student in our school. Okay, so but when you click on it, the only thing that's going to show up on the drop-down menu are the kids who are rostered to you. So that should be a lot easier to find students. Then under teacher, you can click on that. It's a drop-down menu of all the teachers. Unfortunately, it's not going to be just your name. You're going to have to pick your own name out of the list. I think you can probably handle that. Grade, pre-K through 12 is on here. Now, those are all mandatory things to check out. Now, I did include here for more elementary. Last year's teacher is kind of important so we know who to go to. If we do have questions over how they performed last year, we kind of have a go-to place for it. And I did put down birthday also at the elementary, that sometimes that can make a difference as we have questions about what the student's age is. I know that as they get older, that's not as big of a deal. So that's why I did not put that as a mandatory thing. Parent notice right here is we want to find out, okay, how much communication has been happening with the parents at home. So click on all the options that have been here, what the parent phone number is, preferred parent email address, just so we have all the information here. Health and medical information. This is where we used to actually put down what their last vision screening was or their hearing screening and so on. If it's not a concern, we don't need you to go through and look it up. So I just put down here is that if there is a medical concern, this is a good place for you to put it. Down here, now we have areas of concern, and you can check one or more boxes right here. Is it academic, behavioral, social, emotional, speech, motor or OT concern, enrichment, health, or other? Click on some of those boxes to find out, hey, what kind of issue are we dealing with GEI SIT? Type in what are the students' strengths, what are the areas of concern, and then now we want to start talking about what kind of a plan or intervention we want to use for the student. So this is where we want to see your ideas on what we really want to be working on with the students. So choose one area to target. Okay, so all the concerns that you have, and if you have multiple concerns, that's great, but let's tackle one major concern at a time and see if we can start making some progress on the students. So choose one concern to target. Classroom interventions attempted prior to the GEI referral, so that way we're not repeating anything that we already done, and experts who have previously worked with a student. Once you hit submit down here at the bottom, we will get an email, the people who are GEI coordinators, so that would be possibly the assistant principal or the counselors. We actually get an email that a GEI referral form has been submitted to ION. So that way we can take a look at it, put that student on the roster so we know who we're talking about, and we can look and choose one area, that one concern to target. We can really look at this area right here, so that if there is a specialist that we need to either have attend the next GEI SIT meeting or at least talk to before the next GEI SIT meeting to get their input, we can pull in those experts or the information from those experts and make your GEI SIT meeting a little bit more worthwhile and time efficient. So once you hit submit, a case management gets created for that student. They will show up on the roster. So when we time to start our GEI meeting, we have that. So For the beginning of the school year is what I want you to do here, especially for Prairie and for Creek, is I want you to go through your students right now, and I want you, if they're already in GEI, I want you to go through and fill out this form for what you see from them so far this year. Once the form is created, they'll be on our GEI roster for our first GEI SIT meeting. We tried to make this form as harmless as possible. Should only take a few minutes to fill out. And remember, once you fill it out for one student, that student is in the system and good to go until we decide to exit them. So this is a one-time deal where you just have to fill out this form. Okay, so for this year, since it's our first year doing ION officially with our GEI SIT, let's go ahead and fill out those forms for any kid we have in the system, get their current information on here, and then we can start fresh with putting in some interventions in place and tracking some data to help these kids out. Okay, the next video is going to come out. It's going to give us a little bit more detail on what that case management system looks like. But for right now, I think this is a good place to start. Again, if you have any questions, shoot me an email or give me a call. I'll be glad to help you out. Okay, everybody, have an awesome day.